Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 13 of the Sunday Shitshow. Joining us on the lounge is Stu, who's a regular, you should all already know if you've seen us before. And we've got Dayne with us from the band Whiskey and Speed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get down, have a bit of a chat with him and go through the few regular things we pick up on.
Yep. Sounds great. So, Dayne, give us a little bit about your background. I mean, I know you from a special place called the Ability Collective and sort of recognised your head from many, many years of music.
Yep.
When I first came across you. But, yeah, give us a little bit of info about Whiskey and Speed, mate.
All right. So, yeah, Whiskey and Speed is what I'm well known for, singing in that band. And we're a bit like a punk attitude, but a lot of different genres band smashed together, a lot of grunge, a lot of punk, little bits of metal and stuff like that. And I get to write my most furious thoughts and yell them at people. It's actually quite liberating. It's a fantastic thing. But then as for how we met, I've had about 6 years off that. Moved from Brisbane to the Sunshine Coast, and now I've just been in the disability kind of world, helping NDIS participants and stuff like that find their way in music and art and that kind of thing through Ability Collective, which is arguably the best art project or anything I've ever done with my life ever. In fact, just today we had
a great gig, mate. It's a great gig.
I'm constantly amazed by what we do. Like just today we had just stacks of people singing at Kings Beach stage, and it was wonderful with members of the council watching us and everything. And but it's funny living between the two realms. You go from harboring your anger and yelling at people, and then your job is actually joyous and dancing and
encouraging
love.
people to yell at people
Sometimes, well, I think it's a spectrum we're exploring, which is it's the human emotion, and that's punk as well.
It's so interesting because I work in the same environment with another company where I look after a lot of creative and art stuff.
It's a lovely job. Yeah.
And the parallel between that, even my own art, the music and everything, and it's really, since doing that, it's really spawned me on to do a lot more and that, like, you actually discover so much more about yourself from working with these other people who may have the label disabled, who often can be far more intelligent than us and just have talents that we just can't tap into.
It's a whole subject to delve into. I guess the positive things to take away from it are I'm a lot more. I'm happier with my functionality. I've got a lot more appreciation for that and how my brain works as well too. And then I'm humbled constantly by people who have really hard lifestyles that I could never really imagine, and they will often. Just flat out humble me with something they've accomplished that day or a hardship I've never thought about. And then the counteractiveness is like, oh, wow, I should be so thankful for who I am and what I've got. Yeah.
That's, I think,
100%.
And it makes you want to do more stuff, get out there and express yourself more. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah. And that's, it's been life-changing for me. It's really given me a whole different outlook on life and people. And and that's, but like I said, it also just gives you so much material and ideas and that as well. Like,
I would love to say yes. Most of the time I'm exhausted.
But
there's songs,
mentally draining.
Yeah, songs and art, but it's turned into a job now. So sometimes I'm just drawing and doing music with people all day rather than back in the day you could argue it was a bit more self-indulgent. You're writing for popularity or fans or and now it's like it's more expressive for connective reasons,
Exactly.
How you can relate to each other. It's like art is beautiful like that. It's kind of exploring all the facets that can't be, done verbally.
And that's it. And then you work with non-verbal people and
some fantastic artwork.
with autism and that, and just the way you learn to communicate and do stuff.
That's right.
Yeah, it amazes me daily. Like you think, wow, I got through that day and understood that one thing from. And you find new ways to communicate. It's an endless subject, actually. You do another whole sub podcast.
You could do a podcast,
it's and I think the industry needs a lot more people with that sort of a creative, fun attitude.
You've got to have that outlook.
I think
and it teaches you, mate. Like you've got to adapt to it at first, but then you realise, hang on, this is pretty cool. I mean,
it's very cool.
Like you said, it's humbling, Dayne. You know, it brings you back to earth, and you look back, you leave, and then you get out in the real world, and you go, wow. You know, people whinge about some pretty petty stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's a funny subject right there. Sometimes it's interesting to, you know, you feel like you shouldn't whinge anymore. That sometimes can be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, I've got nothing to whinge about anymore. My life should be fantastic. But you've still got to have the space to be honest with yourself.
There still is, There
is an adjustment period there. You know, the 5 years of learning this kind of job, it can be tricky to find time for yourself to explore your thoughts, and then time to kind of humble yourself and help, you know, bring up others, you know. It's a tricky thing to do. And that's what I do. And then to circle back, Whiskey and Speed, we had a good 5 years off, so I've been doing quite a lot of positive, nice stuff on the sunny coast. Trying to build any kind of relationship outside of Brisbane has been tricky as an adult, of course. But then Whiskey is fantastic too, so they've all gone into the tattoo industry, and one of them studies dingoes on Fraser Island and stuff like that, and one of them's running a festival at the Bright Side and all these kinds of things. And so we've gotten back together to kind of do a benefit gig, festival thing. Maybe we'll do a couple of shows, for a couple of mates who are trying to generate some money for getting some family members through schooling actually.
Awesome.
And I thought that was a great excuse, and honestly missed it. If anyone's like, Dayne, will you come and yell at people again, on a stage? Yes. It's going to be so fun. Let's do it.
There's some stuff on YouTube with you guys going nuts.
Did you have a look?
And listening
we did it for a solid 10 years.
Listening to your music. Song that jumped out to me that was a little bit different to most of the others was Cartoons.
Did you like that? Funky?
Really infectious groove bass. That hit me. When I was listening to that, I'm just like...
It's a good subject.
Same opinion.
Real deviation from a lot of the other songs. It was just...
it's good.
A lot of what I write about is kind of the human condition and what I think, kind of questions people should kind of think about, right? So, that one is kind of about what's better for you? Is it the news or is it something that's humor? What's better for your mental state? When I get home, I can almost fuck reality right off, get all the news out of my face. In fact, most of it's gotten worse in the last few years.
It has.
And then cartoons. All I do in an afternoon is watch The Muppets and The Simpsons, and I am joyous for it. You know what I mean? Nothing better than The Simpsons. Just a complete satire on human life. You know what I mean? And it's a breath of fresh air at the end of the day. In fact, humor saves my life most of the time. It really does.
You're bursting the real life bubble of crap.
And I would say, here's another school of thought. I would say cartoons actually have more thought provocation than the news or anything that's just spat at you. Because you actually have to get creative people onto the same wavelength, hundreds often, and they have to be on it with jokes both for kids and adults. And it's quite a really broad artistic thing. I don't think cartoons actually get the praise they should. In fact, you could say most people are watching cartoons without even thinking that they are.
Family Guy.
Exactly. Great example.
But like in news, that's a very saturated, one-sided point of view. Because the people that own the media, they only want that to get the outcomes they want. That's so we get lost in a lot now with YouTube, other stuff, there's a lot of rubbish out there that's not exactly true and people are able to give a lot of false stuff, but at least there's a bit more to build on your point of view. And not just...
especially with AI now.
Well, it's interesting that you say, that you kind of picked up what I was kind of writing about. When it comes to those kinds of things, I wouldn't dare write a song about my thoughts on the news. It's just too broad and it'd be really negative. It's really funny to juxtapose it against cartoons. You know what I mean? For an entire song that's fun and silly. In fact, it's got some James Brown kind of, get up off that thing, Do you want to get off the couch or not? It's kind of doing that. And then a lot of what I write about is a bit of humour on a problem, if that makes sense.
Isn't that the best approach to life and a problem, but flip the script and look for the positive in it and a better outcome. And
the fellas, since we've been band practicing, it's been wonderful, but it's funny because some of the fellas like some of the songs more than I do, and one of their favorite ones is like a rockabilly kind of song called "Killing Baddies." And it's an old song that we've written, but "Killing Baddies" is about killing people on the TV screen during video games. And so it's this whole like when you get home after work, is it a good thing to be shooting people on your TV screen? It's quite a fun, silly thing to talk about, and it's quite a fun song. And you're doing it like I don't care for innocence, I only care for violence, plug in the violence, and you're doing all that and press a button to have someone's head explode. Those kinds of things are funny in a dark way, but when you frame them in a whole like, is this a good idea for humanity? I'm not giving you my opinion, I'm just giving you a question framed in a song. And that's kind of what I try to do with the writing in Whiskey and Speed.
And that's the thing with creativity, spurring on that emotion and letting people interpret it their own way.
And I feel like you have to combat a little bit of some of the writing that happens out there. A lot of Australian writers write about drink and piss and just nothing really. A lot of Australian artists at the moment. Some artists, Frenzel's a great example. They're one of my favorite examples of they can write really intellectual music, but most of the people just want to hear them yell the word cunt or whatever it might be, or really their dumbest songs. And it's a shame that they are in this, they sit in that limbo of like, God, they write some really intellectual stuff.
Tism.
Oh, what a great example,
They were brilliant,
And so I feel bad about writing anything too dumb. I go, okay, no, we need something that's a bit more thought-provoking, I would like to see that more in music in general.
That's great.
Writing,
that's
good.
In life and all that stuff.
So you've obviously got no shortage of material for your songwriting.
Not really at the moment. No, no, I've been writing lots. Some of the recent tracks are kind of around the job, actually. About are you enjoying how your brain functions, or would you prefer to take it out of your skull and give it a big clean with a gurney or whatever? Like, just songs like that, Some days you might sympathise, you just want to be able to watch it scrub it clean again. But and then the other songs, a lot of what I'm writing about is like the brain as if it was like a thing that you could actually like hold and pull and that might be the next concept actually. That'd be nice. If you could actually like hold yourself and mutate it a bit more, that'd be a fun concept to write about. And and I think that's what people are trying to do all the time. They just don't know that they're doing that.
I think as you get older and you can reflect back a bit, you can see them points in your life where you've started to turn a different corner, and you're a little bit slower to get angry, and you look at situations a lot different.
100%.
It's very true.
It's a bit like what you put out the other day, that clip on the Friday night when you were with the gang.
Macca's. Macca's Mayhem.
You're at Macca's?
It's interesting.
What happened?
Before bowling, there was this couple. It started in the car park when we pulled up, and yelling at two young staff. And apparently they got the order wrong. They'd rectified the order.
Look fucked up the McOrder. Oh, no.
And the wife or the woman, and mind you, they had a young kid with them, which was terrible, started abusing them, wanted the whole order again, plus keep that. Painful. And then they actually bought it inside. Started yelling. The guy actually wanted the money back as well. And there was this simple thing. There was this hippie dude. And we're there with the people we're responsible for, and I'm with another guy, and we're just sort of, should we or shouldn't we? And then thinking, no, our responsibility is these actual people here we're with. Just let it go. But this other guy, mate, he was a hero. He was half the size of this big guy, and he's just shirt fronted him. And this guy's back and forwards. In the meantime, the woman, there was a young 13, 14-year-old boy on the phone to the cops, came and sort of assaulted him. This is all in Macca's. Then the guys ended up with the guy that shirt fronted him, throwing a drink over him. Then the woman goes back to the front counter, drinks over the work. Like, it was
and if that's
disgusting.
And that's what that's my point. If that's your worst problem in life, people,
like an order that's been fixed.
Buggered your Macca's order.
Wake up to yourself. Have a good look at
it's just and And you don't go out to expect that. And the place, you know, there was some elderly people there was some young people. If you look at the clip, you will actually see a group of people outside the door that actually were...
I'm surprised you haven't seen it. It's been out for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, no, it came out. It's been out a few weeks ago.
I'm not exactly internet savvy too much.
But no, it was a very interesting thing. And, you know, with that, you've also got... certain people can be triggered by yelling and other stuff. And
well, you were there.
We're kind of discussing
special needs people at the time, so you know.
But
it's a funny thing. In fact, I think it should be a bit. I should think it should be mandatory for most people, especially like kids. School kids should come to our industries and see these kinds of sensitive people that are in the public that you don't necessarily get to meet all the time, because you know we've got a lot of people that are unassuming. They look completely fine, but they have sensory issues or. You see that a lot more, and once you've paid attention to it or been in the industry, you realise, you drop into your sensitivity a bit more. I'm not going to yell at Maccas. That would be crazy.
No, and
now that I know the kind of people that are out in the world, I would never do that.
And I've been fortunate.
It makes me want to be more polite.
Each person you work with in that realm has a different thing that triggers or a different thing that motivates them, and finding that, and I'm big on getting them out. Like I've taken... You know, I've been able to go to some hardcore shows with some of them.
I love that.
Do different because...
I've seen some of our NDS participants even at Nambour at Black Box.
I'd take a few,
I feel like they went to see GBH with me as well. That was awesome.
Yeah, I took some to see Speed, Scowl.
Yes, that's such a cool thing to do.
And it's great because often...
Red Cross, that was another thing. And Bob Log the Third, they were there too, yeah. So always at Nambour.
Because often, it's funny because...
Nambour
I've always suffered anxiety and stuff, but then you see the level of anxiety them people have. Yours disappears, but you're using your experiences to help them through it.
That's what I love about our Mondays. Like I go down, Dayne's got a music day on Mondays. And the anxiety goes. These guys get up, the girls and guys that are out there, they're singing, they're dancing, they're doing their karaoke, and it's amazing. Some are playing instruments. You know, Katie on the drums, he's like Animal.
But how unreal is it? Like,
well, we were almost onto a really good subject, actually. You know what I think you're just about onto is actually like being the person that wants to put themselves into the leading role of being silly first, so other people can feel silly. So the more freedom you express, the more. And it's kind of exactly like fronting a band too. Yeah.
So the more freedom
you
on the head.
The more freedom you express, the wilder the audience gets.
There's no inhibition. And there's no inhibition. No inhibition.
That's why I go and put the silliest hat on, cover myself in flowers. I literally do a Nicki Minaj dance move, and then the show starts. You know what I mean? And then everyone else has permission to do the same.
Well, it's funny, like, because
it should be like that.
I have a Wednesday group that's grown.
I wish it happened more in public, actually. I get kicked out of nightclubs all the time for the same reason. It's horrible.
It's so funny because a lot of people may not think it, but I'm actually quite a...
Dancer?
No, I'm actually can be quite a shy person and very reserved. Some people know it, some people don't.
Nearly got that.
But these guys, you bring the fun. Like we rock up to 10-pin bowling on a Friday night. We'll have wigs and masks, and
you should.
They just
you should be having fun. At this point, your job is fun. And you should just,
And, you know, like we'll go do our photography day wherever and then dress up. And they just love it. Some don't, but that's okay. But it's like, hey.
I would like more of that in a regular day.
Exactly.
In fact, when I get home, I tell Stu this, you know, when I get home, sometimes it can be a bit dull. You know, you go back to video games or whatever, and it can be a struggle just to have a fun conversation on someone with the phone, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because, adult life can be kind of draining like that, for sure.
And it's like life. Everyone's got to go, well, what's so serious?
Let's have some more fun.
Let's go. Brought fun back, there'd be less.
Then you watch it over time.
I think if you had more fun with people, you'd have less time to argue with them, that's for sure.
No, I'm all for it.
Sessions.
Yeah,
I'm totally on the team, for sure.
Me too.
So you've got some new music on the boil at the moment, Dayne.
Well, not new music. So, I'm always doing music. I say that. So I've done everything from like I used to do a kids project called Dinosaur. I did an album of that too. I was all on a looper station. And so I do things like that. I drum in a couple of psychedelic bands as well on the side. A band called Flat Earth, another band called DOS AD.
So you're the mushies when you're drumming.
Yeah, all the drums talk to me as I do it, yeah. No, they're just long. There was a band called the Weary Wizards as an example, like heavy doom music. Every song was about 10 minutes. I don't mind. I like just doing art and music with people. That's my general thing. I actually consider myself to be a piece of art. Like I just kind of grab my body and put it in locations that'll do the best. Ability Collective being one, a band being another. I also did childcare. That was great for a while too. I was a graphic designer and illustrator for kids' books. So I try to put myself in places where I'm considered to be useful or worth value.
100%.
Yeah. And so if your body is an art form, that's awesome. Bloody blast it out there and use it like that. And that's kind of my motivation is Anyway, what was the question again?
New music.
Yeah, no new music. So
writing stuff.
So the band getting back together is a big deal. Yeah. So so there's 5 of us now. So the drummer and the guitarist, one of the guitarists, they are all about 25. One of them runs the Bright Side at Fortitude Valley, or like booking it, that kind of thing. And the drummer's a wonderful fellow, but he's gone through some hardship and he needs to get some money to put his brother through school. And so that was kind of the catalyst to get the band back together. The other 2, Ben is one of my oldest friends, the main guitarist. We started in high school back in 2008. And he's wonderful too. He kind of runs a sex shop. That's one of his jobs. And then he also studies the dingoes of Fraser Island. So he got very busy too. And then Loki, the bass player, he started a tattoo shop called Thrill House near Stone's Corner kind of area. And it's all Simpsons themed tattoo. It's sick. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
And he has always done like noise music and doom music and stuff as well. And so they're wonderful. We just got really busy at one point. And now it's like, all right, let's get us back together and do the thing. I got busy with doing the thing with Stu, pretty much, and doing Ability Collective, which is great. And then what the band's doing, we've kind of cut off anything we were doing new-wise. It would be a bit counteractive to do new songs at this point. We're just trying to get all of our favorite songs personally. We've cut out all covers, so we're just doing our solid originals, the ones that we really want to explain to the audience what they mean. You know, we're
put a focus on it.
We're a band that so what I write I consider to be quite serious, and then the way we present is colourful and jumping around and silly, yelling our heads off, right? So often we're seen as quite a fun, silly, nonchalant kind of band, but then what I'm actually trying to get through to people goes by the wayside a little bit. And so what I think we should do is really reiterate some of the songs, most of the songs we write about are things like mental health and concerns for humanity's future and the way music's going and art in general. And that's what I tend to write about, but it zooms over people's heads because you're going, and it's delivered that way. And you're crowd surfing on people with your shirt off or whatever, and it goes by the wayside, And so I think our next couple of shows will be more like, all right, we are fun, but our message is something, actually. We have some things to say.
Yeah, the visual eye candy sort of takes off it.
It does, eh? And we are a very flamboyant, silly band.
They are flamboyant.
Yeah. But, and so I think that's the focus of our new thing. And then on top of that, it's just, I think, as a group of people, it's wonderful just to get that solidarity again. Like, having 6 years off, seeing people has been like, oh my God, you have to try to catch up.
Yeah.
Oh man, what have you been doing the last 6 years? And it's quite hard. And so just getting the whole, like, all negative stuff aside, our music is powerful. And our performance is powerful. We're in the room. It's like, oh, it's fucking rad. Oh my God, I can't wait for you to hear it. It's going to be great. But and so it's just focusing on that, which is really good. And just watching those dudes kind of become solid again has been just awesome. Yeah, I really like watching the fellas jam. They're powerful.
So before moving
like
on,
modern days Blues Brothers, you got the band back together.
It's back together. It's happening. Yeah. It's a big deal. I'm quite amazed that it happened at all. Actually, I thought I'd be, kind of doing, Ability Collective stuff forever. I didn't think I'd go back into the punk rock realm, but here we are talking about it again. It's cool.
And influences for the band. Well, where do you think you've drawn your influences from?
Oh.
Well, I can see a
It's
couple.
pretty
of them.
diverse, but
I've
it's...
seen a skirt on stage, so I know where that comes from.
Yeah. So we've got so I guess how do you put that? Yeah, sexuality wise, we've got a pretty broad spectrum of people. I'm a pretty straight laced fella, but Loki, the fella in the skirt, Loki, he's a big giant man with a beard, and he wears a skirt on stage in Hawaii, and he flip flops on the spectrum as well. And the other fella, devils, he's quite the devil in and out of different whips and chains kind of scenarios. And the other guys, the younger fellas, are tamer. But we cover a broad spectrum of thought, and so we have very interesting conversations. And so we've played lots of different places on account of that as well.
Yeah.
It's taken us to different realms, depending on what you want to talk about. Yeah. What was the question again?
Yeah, like influences.
Influences. So that's just them like that. They have political influences and that kind of thing. Where we started, so in high school, me and Ben were just back and forth like with autobiographies and stuff, and we actually found a correlation with some of the interviews that, like, if they were ever asked about their diet, it would be a drugs and alcohol kind of response. In fact, some of them were legit. The sentence "whiskey and speed" is what.
Okay.
What do you eat to get back on stage, and how do you stay so rock and roll? And they would say drugs and alcohol, and we're like, cool. That should be our band name, and so that's where Whiskey and Speed came from. It just came from a love of kind of reciting autobiographies to each other.
I remember years ago reading about Nick Cave's approach to songwriting was just taking a heap of speed and then sitting there on a piano.
Yeah.
And, I don't necessarily agree with that, but that was his process and it's worked for him.
Well, I think, if I recall, there was Marilyn Manson, David Bowie, and Lemmy. They all say something similar in their interviews. And so we're like, that's the band name. Anyway, and then part of that band name is like, we wanted to write songs that sounded like whiskey, that would be slow and heavy. And then speed, we want stuff that sounds like eerie and quick, like hard punk rock. And so we tried to do a bit of juxtaposition like that, so making stuff sound like slow and fast. And the set list's a bit like that too. And then we're influenced by lots of stuff, like everything from, like Manson to Lemmy. Every single song we end like Motorhead would end. And we've been doing that since Lemmy died. That's been our little in-joke. So we do a and we end every song in the set list like that because we fucking love Motorhead, right? And so you should. In fact, if you don't, you're wrong.
And Jack Daniels.
That's right. And so there's a couple of things like that we are solid about. Like, we do want to do a Motorhead joke at the end of each song because fuck yeah, Motorhead. In fact, if you leave our show and you just remember that joke, that's enough for us. That's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then, we love a lot of things. Like, we've played with bands like the Hard-Ons and Leftover Crack and Gutter Mouth and all those kinds of bands too. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, all these bands, like, stick with us too. And then we've played, like, bands that we got to, like, do little things with like, Frangipani still do really well. They're fantastic. Butterfingers. They're fantastic too. Band. Oh my God, I could just list off bands. Walken, who are now Talk Heavy, they're doing really well. They're out there with Bowling for Soup. They're playing at the moment. They're mates of ours too. They're wonderful. But we've played with just really fantastic people. And I would rather shout out those people, the bands, that we played with, than like just listing off Zeppelin and all the classics. Everyone knows.
Yeah, no, that's good. But that local and that community does bring a lot as well.
Yeah, I'll give a rep out to bands like the Melvins and Primus and the Misfits. We cover them. And Pennywise, bands like that, they're in our repertoire of covering, all the time. Mudhoney, bands like that, like bit of grunge, bit of punk.
Wicked.
Yeah, all the way to the chunkiness that is the Melvins. We love all of that shit. And then the song that you kind of pulled up was like a funk song.
It really took me by, and I think that's what stood out. It was like
infectious groove sort of vibe.
As soon as I heard that funk and the bass line, I'm just like, I relate to this.
So sometimes it's as simple as someone being like, can we do like a hammer, like a slap bass song? And so, yes, let's write one right now. That's simple. Someone's like, I want a rockabilly song. Like, let's write one right now. That's sweet. Yeah, let's go.
Stray Cats.
Oh, Stray Cat strut, ladies cat. Yeah, sick. You know what I mean? So it's you just, I feel like it should be, it's a bit of listening to each other. Like, what would you like next? Like, let's try a bit of that.
No, that's good, Bart. Okay, so music picks. Talking about music, if we're going to narrow it down to one song lately, that's been tickling your ears?
I've been listening. Well, I listen to lots of stuff. Like just on the way here, I was listening to death metal, Mexican death metal, a band called Falsey on the way here.
Have you heard of a Mexican band called Prayers?
Prayers? No.
They're like Cholo Goth.
Ooh.
Look them
Cholo
up.
Goth.
They are sick.
That's cool.
One of my sons put me on, and they are just, they are so good.
I love that.
Well, let's get these
all right, yeah.
Well, I mean, I was going to say, I listen to everything from death metal to rap and then the whole spectrum in between. But, like, my favorite thing at the moment that it was quite a surprise that I delved into it as much as I did is, like, an experimental pop band called Phantogram. And the only reason I care about Phantogram is they went on tour a couple of times with the Flaming Lips.
Yep.
You know the Flaming Lips?
Yeah,
they are an incredible psychedelic. Like, I always describe them as a fun Pink Floyd.
Yeah, amazing band.
Amazing. And then Phantogram are like, I think they're a married couple that make experimental pop music together. And so it'll sound like beautiful kind of, like dark pop music, but they'll have just explosions of weird noises each chorus that go, what the fuck is going on there? And so I've listened to all their albums now, and my favorite song of theirs at the moment is a song called Howling at the Moon, because they've sampled wolf howls and and they've turned that into a synth as well, and they've done that, and it's quite dark about, I'd like to see shooting stars and crashing cars. Let the future and the past wasn't made to last. And it's all about I want to see everything obliterated, and I just want to howl at the moon at the end of the day. That's a good song, and it's got that little bit of spicy bass tone.
Oh, so Phantogram.
Beautiful female vocal too. So that because they're a duo, there's a female and a male vocal. So you kind of the whole album it doesn't lose you. They're quite interesting.
So Phantogram, Howling at the Moon.
Yeah, with a PH. Phantogram. Yeah.
Stu.
Right, tearing me apart. Agent Orange. I've gone a bit old school. I've been watching some
fast cars,
few old surf vids lately, and
that's a sick song.
Great song.
Love the song. Remembered how much I love it, and
we've played with the Adolescents before, but not Agent Orange.
Agent Orange. Great band.
No, that's
There you go.
Yeah, no,
tearing
I love
me
that.
Apart.
Great
Bit
choice.
of old school. Well, I'm a polar opposite to you this week, but still punk inspired. Melbourne band Captives.
Ooh,
They've just, I don't know, they haven't seemed to hit it as big in Australia, but
Captives.
I haven't heard of them.
they're sort of hard hitting punk, but like with melody in it. Right, but they're sick. They've got a new song, On Fire, that's just recently come out, and that's sick.
Fire.
So I'm down with that.
I love that. Great choice.
Yeah, so that's
Captives.
Do you add them to a playlist?
Yes, that's what I was about to get to. So every episode we add these to the songs of the Shit Show, which at the moment we're up to volume 3
for
2026.
Yeah.
It's quite a big list, so all these songs go on that. You'll find them at on the SundayShitShow.com.au.
Oh, I love that. Cool.
And so that playlist is there. It's on Spotify, and
I love that.
yeah. And then the other thing on the music is with the Sunday Shit Show, we're doing weekly music reviews on like a new song release, and
okay.
we sort of take it in turns, bounce around. Our opinion.
One of our tracks?
Possibly, send it in.
Ooh.
So, so
send it.
we review a new song, and we've covered quite a few lately. So every Friday we drop that and do our own little less than 60-second video clip to go with it, and our take on it. And that's on the SundayShitShow.com.au as well.
That sounds
Where you
awesome.
find it.
Love that.
So Stu, surf talk.
Well, there's not much surf talk to talk about. At the moment, we're in a little phase here,
Lacking in waves.
Well, we've been lacking in waves last few weeks, but we, the usual. There's been a few places on the pump. We've had this run of southerly southeasters and blowing up some swell, so there's a certain place that shall remain nameless that's really hard to get a car park.
Ooh.
That's had some great sand and some great waves, but it's also had its fair share of human beings.
You won't give us any tips.
So, but there's, been some great surfing there. yeah, we're doing our weekly surf clip, so we're getting some great
wave of the week.
Wave of the week, yeah. And you can check that out on our Instagram pages.
Yeah, Instagram, the _Sunday shit show, and on our YouTube channel as well, the Sunday Shit Show.
Yeah.
So get onto them, and they're getting quite a good response as well, so that's pretty cool.
And the other thing in Surf Talk is our mate Ondi, Underground Surf. He's moved out of Hastings Street and he's now over in Noosaville. So
nice.
Underground's back up and running, folks. So check out Ondi.
Look him up.
Look him up. He's got a heap of good second-hand boards in there for sale. So
I'd like to find some people to surf with.
Oh, there's no shortage of them.
All right. Is there a social group I should join for that?
You can come surfing with me whenever you want.
I'll hold you up to that, Stu. I've been
You
wanting to do
can
that
take
for a
my
while.
place. I've been on a bit of a hiatus.
This guy, he talks it up, says he's going to come, and then
I think about it. But no.
I will come.
there
I just
in
get a bit
spirit.
nervous about the water. That's just me,
he used
Rips
to be
and all
surfing
that.
every day. But he's,
Yeah, I know.
Fortunately,
You're in the
my
perfect place for it.
body's not
his body's
playing
letting
ball.
him down.
Yeah. You need some.
And with that comes the mental stuff that goes with it that really pisses me off.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that's another whole rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Fresh off the press.
Yeah, what do you got for
I don't
us?
have any goods here because sort of getting it out as quick as it's coming in. I'm working on about to drop a VE Ute. It's like this close and it looks sick. One of my best car artworks to date. So that'll be coming out on a range of products very soon.
What have you done on it?
Sorry?
What have you done on the car? Is it like a kit for?
No, it's artwork I do, so that will go on to like be art prints like that.
Oh, okay. So what are the
number
subject matters?
plates.
I guess
So
what I'm
this-
asking.
It's mainly cars is the biggest thing for me, but then
You're
I
doing
bring,
little cars?
I do the artwork for it.
So
So
like
and
drawing
people-
strips or like lightning or flames? What are you talking about?
no, pretty my own take on fairly realistic sort of
Right.
thing.
Something like
Yeah,
that thing there, you know,
So
like- and
Yeah,
people
okay.
will send Mark cars to
all
draw.
original, and then I do.
Okay, so not on cars.
No,
I was
I'm
picturing
saying,
something
yeah,
on
no.
cars.
No, so
Sorry, silly me.
yeah, so I do like the merchandise, the mugs, the number plates, turn my art into that.
That's amazing.
After I do it, but it's all hand drawn and does take, average car takes 50 to 60 hours to draw.
That's amazing.
And you have got fresh off the
Wow.
press. You've just done new designs for board carry for the ladies' shoulder straps.
I have, I've done that. And on top of that, anyone would think I wasn't busy enough in life. I've actually recently started a
busy.
new blog.
He's busy.
A new blog called Man Cave Essentials.
Sure has.
Ooh.
And there's posts coming out where I'm sort of discussing
What's
ways
essential
to
in your
lay
video?
your stuff out, different things, just from me being an artist, from my perspective, and a bit of stuff that goes behind it, and that you can catch that on gelchi.com.au. So worth checking it out. That's I think I've done 3 or 4 recent blog posts now with that, and plenty more in the work. So
Do you do anything just for yourself in that regard? It was actually my mum just trying to call.
Depends what you call yourself. So for me with Gelchi or gelchi.com.au, my car art sort of my main focus and has been
You
that
get
sort of
kind of paid for
yeah,
that. too,
I was doing it full time for quite some time.
I guess the only reason I ask is like I get paid to do art quite a bit, but then my art outside of being paid is super different.
Well, I do both now, which is good. In the current economic climate, having a small business has become a little bit harder. Advertising costs have gone up.
Struggle Street.
Another whole episode is on the like of Temu and AI, which
Ooh, good subject.
replicating, but it doesn't have the quality or actually the emotion. And that's something I actually going to have a shit show episode on this stuff at some
Could I give you
point.
my thoughts quickly on it?
Yeah.
Because I discuss this all the time and it drives me up the wall. So someone the other day just said to me that They find, well, art is inexpensive and it's not that important anymore, and that's why we lean into AI. And I was like, I will counteract you with, I think everything we do at the moment outside of our jobs is consuming art. We consume more content with it than ever. We consume TV shows like they're nothing. Movies like they're nothing. In fact, I can't remember the last time I paid for an image.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I can get a TV show, an entire series of images for like a couple of cents.
You got people putting themselves out there on platforms every day. That's an art form.
Yeah, and even the AI thing, there's a big debate with that. Something I am starting to see now, which the horse has bolted. It's a bit like the electric bike, electric scooter thing.
It's already running.
They're trying to fix it up after the event.
After you've released the...
And
yeah, that's true.
Yes, the original people are the ones that have been ripped off, or so to speak. Okay, so what's happening with a lot of AI art generation is I'm finding a lot of my stuff being replicated slightly different now.
Exactly right.
Do I lose from that? I don't know. Do I use AI? Yes, but not for my 100% my art. Some things I do, yes, I do use AI, and the question is why. When you're taking stuff on, I'm asking myself that question because I do it every day.
Why? Why am I doing this?
Great, yeah.
Well, the problem is,
what's behind?
Even to earn $40, $50 for original artwork is so hard. You pour 40 or 50 hours into something, you go to a business or someone that wants artwork, they don't want to pay that when AI can spit something out that lacks design skills, doesn't have the correct layout.
Well, you think most people want generic stuff?
But the thing is,
most people want stuff that looks
most people don't quite understand what they're doing. They'll just think, oh, something's just not quite right. That's the difference. But I think when it comes to being competitive and actually being able to survive, you need to use AI as a tool to stay competitive
100%.
And to do stuff. But it's still that process of AI has spat this image out. It is not ready for print. This is wrong. That is wrong. It's finding ways to use it as a tool to then connect it to actually show your thing. How far I intend going with that, I don't know, but it's like a calculator when you're at school. It's that tool, and you to be competitive. And if you don't jump onto something new earlier on,
you get left behind.
You're left behind. Like now people that write code for websites doesn't exist. You can put that into ChatGPT and you've got a web page. But
the web page isn't going to be and have the functionality.
If you have that understanding, you can put better prompts into the AI at a competitive rate using that as a tool to get the same result as if. So am I for or against it?
Well, you've got to get creative with AI.
Yeah, but it still does piss me off a bit. Like, stuff that used to be a big thing has disappeared. Like, band posters used to be an art form.
Well, I've got to say, I've fucking got a point. I've got a goddamn point. I don't want to cut you off. But, I think some of the thing we're missing is, like, the only reason humanity does art is kind of, well, I said this point, not the start of the podcast. It's like to get out what we can't do verbally. It's actually because humans are so complicated, we don't have enough facets to get what's internally out. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's very funny to think that, like, we're paying a robot to try to do that process that a human does.
It can't replicate our emotions and what the thought thing. It can't replicate your thoughts.
Well, it's like a text message on a phone.
Yeah.
Well, you can never get your point across.
Here's the horrible thing about art at the moment is, like, the only art that we consume at the moment is the stuff that we want to consume. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So most of the time, like we said before, we actually want something that's, like, quite dumb. We want some cartoons at the end of the day. So that is a part of art. We want something that's easily consumable, that's replicatable quite quickly, jokey, dumb, something. So that's one form of art. Some other forms of art are things like music. Some people want Taylor Swift all day, and that's easy. You could generate 10,000 Taylor Swift albums really quite quick because it's based on basic pop music. But if you wanted to generate a progressive metal album, you need a lot more technical knowledge, emotion.
That's what I'm saying.
Multiple reference points, you know what I mean? So to make complicated art, You need to be a human.
Needs emotional content, as Bruce Lee
to make repetitive art, AI is perfect for it.
Yeah, but AI is never going to put that emotion and that feeling into it. And the problem...
Well, it's never going to explore what the human brain can explore.
When I set out...
Hopefully not. God, that'd be terrifying if it did.
when I set out doing my car artwork, originally I was drawing everything separate on paper. Because I loved the feel and I could actually draw on paper a lot faster.
Yeah.
Pull it all together, put it together as a thing. But over time, I moved to digital, which that's good. But it actually perfected what I was doing. And even my digital car stuff, it looks good, but it doesn't have them little faults or the little things that make it that. And then AI has come along, taken something that I've digitally made better through using digital stuff and then perfected that again.
Yes.
So we've got this whole polished thing that just doesn't have that texture.
Yeah.
And you see it with band posters and car event posters and that now.
I dread the day.
Trunk's still getting hired to do band posters. He's doing some right now.
I dread the day it starts happening to music.
Well, it's happening.
Music being like you actually, like human beings sat down and wrote their controversial thoughts into a pattern for people to understand. In fact, it's not, music is normally sentences you wouldn't say in public to people. Yeah. In fact, they're normally a lot deeper than that, 100%. A lot more thought-provocating, and then like a line of poetry over the top of it, rhyming or whatever. And
which once again, that's that emotion.
Yeah, and so it would be horrible to see like emotional music just be reiterated, regurgitated again. That's horrible. And in fact, you want to see humanity to get more complicated, not like more repetitive. I think the point of humanity in general is to explore complexibles and divots of itself.
I think that's it.
There's a lot of stuff that's still taboo about being a person, and we still are extrapolating on that through art.
Ones and zeros in the digital world can never replicate our thoughts, our things. It can never, and then, it's just...
It might do it faster, which is terrifying
That's the thing. It's a tool, but, someone just typing in a very short prompt is far different than going through that process and just tweaking that colour that little bit,
Okay, it comes back. We can have a conversation, right? We're having a conversation here, and there's emotion and there's rawness.
Yeah, and you get a little cranky. But then
I want to try and get this point across, like I said before, with a text message, for example. You can't. You know what I mean? You cannot. It does not express that. And this is what's lacking with AI. It can't express the human factor.
No, it just lacks that.
It's the human factor.
You brought up another factor. So people sometimes want to text each other. And you got dating apps. You got entirely this whole you can drive all your messages to be perfect for the next person.
No.
And this is why I think people should be doing more face-to-face, more phone conversations, all that kind of thing. In fact, the more you're relying on the written word via your phone or laptop or whatever, the more it's under suspicion of
that's it.
AI now. You're not talking to a real person. Even if I wanted to, I could get an AI to write the hottest.
Humans are imperfect.
Stuff to you if I wanted to. Stu, I could have you weeping for me.
Humans are imperfect. That's absolutely,
next Stu.
Yeah, humans are imperfect, and humans...
ChatGPT would write something. I swear it would.
But we're imperfect. We fuck up. We do things differently, and you can't replicate that.
And
the mistakes are important. Mistakes are important. They're humbling. We're back on the same subject. You need to have faults, or otherwise you're not human and you're not humbled anymore.
No, that's around like the Terminator.
So you were perfectly writing the same.
I think we're going to have to leave this for another episode because.
No, we got onto a tangent.
No, and it's something I'm looking forward to actually discussing at some point. Shout outs.
I'll shout out the band. So Trey, Seven, Ben, Loki, love them. I'm very happy to have them back in my life again and be doing punk rock again. And then I'll give a shout out to my boss Rachel, who has arguably given me the best project to do ever. Like, Ability Collective is wonderful, and she helps me keep stable and that kind of stuff too. She's wonderful. And then everyone I work with, there's heaps of names I could shout out, but I really love my job. I'll give a shout out to the Ability Collective.
Oh, I did that.
Thank you. And
well, my shout out this week is going to Gelchi.
Wow.
Yeah, my good mate Gelchi. He, he works tirelessly. He's always doing something. We're always creating shit together. And I've got to take my hat off to the guy. He's an inspiration to me and many others. And he does good stuff for other humans, so that keeps me...
This cat.
keeps me humbled and watching what he does. And, and he does, all the artwork and stuff I need done. So, my shout-outs to the Gelch.
Thanks, Stu. That's really appreciate it. It's, I enjoy life. I enjoy what I do. And I'm going to give my shout out, similar to Dayne.
You're going to put your
Dayne, where we work, like I said, we do stuff in the same sphere, and we both have creative sorts of roles in what we're doing. And I just want to give shout out as stuff's grown over the last 12 months. We've had new staff come on board to help, and it takes certain people to keep it together and to make it work. So to the newer people that have come along and actually help grow what we're doing is unreal. And same as Dayne, I want to give a shout out to Jason and Lindley, who run Nails, the company
Nails are lovely too.
I do that for. They give and give and give. And they've given me the opportunity to use my creativity and my stuff to help others. And they're there. If you've got shit going on, you've got stuff, they make the time.
I was going to say, isn't it funny to be shouting out your job?
I honestly...
Most people will be like, bugger that place. I might say we're very honoured to have jobs that we enjoy.
And it is.
I get to come and get funky with you and put on pink sunglasses and wear funny costumes.
I enjoy it
It's just funny if you
hang out with cool people.
That's really fun.
It is. I can't complain. Like, my life has just changed so much in the last few years, and for the better, and for the better of others.
100%.
That's true.
And just.
You seem like the right sort for that.
Mate, I love it.
Themselves,
I love it. It is just, I don't know. Like, I've had some good jobs. Well, what other people consider good jobs. Looking back now, they were shit.
Look, it comes back to love power, mate. Like Lukey says, love power, Lukey.
Yeah,
mate.
Yeah. This is just something. I can't wait. Get out of bed and head there. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole community on another level, and then meeting other people in the industry and finding people with the same passion and heart as you, because there's a big difference in that sort of work. You can go through the motions of ticking the boxes and doing the job, whether that's general, yes, the bed's made, yes, this is done, that's done. But when you can look back and reflect at the end of the day, the end of a week, or the end of a month, wow, I've seen growth in that person. I've seen him go from sitting in a corner to having fun, that smile on that person. Like, you cannot put a price on that.
Oh, you can't. And it's you go home and you feel warm.
Yeah. So, no, and I'm quite humbled to have had that, to have that opportunity and to keep repeating it, and quite often actually get more enjoyment out of that than I do out of artwork and other stuff. So it's
a wonderful thing.
Yeah. So on that note,
spot on. I agree with you entirely.
Yeah. And just a big shout out to anyone else that works in the NDIS disability industry.
It's a wonderful thing.
And bring something warm and happy to it. You know what I mean? Like,
you're making a difference.
It's not hard to smile and to make someone's day good.
Definitely not.
So on that note, we'll call that a wrap for season 3, episode 13.
Thank you very much for having me.
And
it was fun.
Thanks for coming on, Dayne.
I loved it. You guys were fun to chat to.
And as we always say,
longer, I think.
If you want to get on the good shit, get on the Sunday Shitshow.
Yeah, you.